How we doing? Happy, what is this, Thursday, and welcome. This is the Jamaica Basketball Project. My name is Rick Turner. I'm the head men's coach and national coordinator for Jamaica Basketball. And I haven't seen you guys in a while, so this is really cool to get back at it and bring you some more news about Jamaica Basketball. There's some great things coming up very shortly. As a matter of fact, travel day is a week from today as we take a men's team and a women's team down to Miami for the first ever competition, international competition for Jamaica Basketball in the 2021 AmeriCup, FIBA AmeriCup down in Miami. So we thought we would take this opportunity tonight to introduce you to the roster for both the men and the women. And we've got the men coming up shortly. But we're going to start with the women's team here in a minute. First, I'm going to welcome in one of our assistant coaches and one of my right-hand guys, Coach Robinson. Rowan, how you doing tonight?
I am good. Just elated to get this thing started, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you're in the States right now. You're in Chicago. How are things there?
Cold.
Cold for you, right? Not so much for us.
But this is good weather so far for them. I think it's 39 degrees outside, so it's kind of good weather for them.
Hey, this is also an opportunity to let people know, and Rowan, you can attest to this. We were in El Salvador. That was the first time that Jamaica Basketball had played since 2013, a 9-year absence on the international stage, and we took a team down to El Salvador, and it was a great experience, and we can talk a little bit more about that tonight. But the thing that I want to emphasize, and I want to do it at the top of this this live stream, is that there is no way that trip could have happened without people like those that are watching us right now who were generous and donated to the program. That entire trip was able to be done because of those donations. So I don't ever want there to be a time where I'm not expressing my thanks for those people that have donated. And I would be remiss in saying that we need you to keep doing it. We need you to keep involved with this program. We're starting a new branch off the tree, if you will, with this 3-on-3. And so every little bit helps, and we'd like you to get involved, and there's ways to do that, and they'll be on the screen. But a lot of people in Jamaica that were involved in donating, and Coach, that we couldn't have done it without them.
Definitely, it went a long way. We had one of the quickest and from being around, quickest where we organized due to the funding that we got to get the guys there. As I said, we know about the tournament. We had 3 weeks to get a team into the tournament, and I know thankful to all the sponsors that we were able to actually fulfill that and give the guys an opportunity also for them to represent the country. And we had a pretty good group. As I said, I've been around a while, played on the national team and so forth. We had a group that basically they liked each other. They pretty for it is that best thing about it is that apart from we not gelling properly, getting that chemistry that we needed and so forth, I think the guys that genuinely like to be around each other, that was one of the main things about added to our success at that tournament in terms of the team.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, we can talk a little more about that as we move along here, but I don't want to, we talked about and promoted on social media that we were going to introduce the men's team. And I thought we maybe would do the ladies a different day, but we wanted to get everything out there, and we're super excited about the women's program, and Coach O'Neal Brown has put a roster together for this. I'm looking in our backstage area here, and I see we have at least one, and I don't see any cameras on for the others, but let's just start by introducing everybody to Tracy Ann Kelly. Tracy Ann, how you doing tonight?
I'm mute your mic, Tracy.
Hi, thank you. I'm doing fine. What about you?
Good. Where are you?
I am in Trelawney.
Okay. And are you excited about this venture that's coming up for the first time? You're going to be a history maker for Jamaica basketball. Are you excited about that?
I'm super excited for this opportunity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it is a great experience. I hope that I will be able to go out and deliver accordingly.
Tell me a little bit about your background and your playing background and what you're doing now.
Okay, well, I have been a part of basketball for a good while now. I have been out due to injury and other factors. I have represented the great Unique Ballers team out of Trelawney as well. Um,
Really good team. Really good team.
right, so we came into the competition as a fresh team out of country, as persons would have said it,
Mhm.
journeying into Kingston, and that was where we gained most of our exposure as a team. I was selected through that team to the national program where I played in different tournaments. Then I had a knee injury, so I was out for a while, and I kind of focused on my career and all of that. And I am trying to get back out there. I don't have a lot of time left under my belt, but I am still trying to.
How did this 3-on-3 thing come about for you? Did you find out about it, or did Coach Brown reach out to you, or how did you get a coveted roster spot?
Well, Coach Brown actually reached out to me. I did not know about it. I didn't know they actually had a 3-on-3 competition prior to now. So Coach Brown was the one who actually reached out to me and invited me to the tryouts, which I came and I delivered at that point.
Yeah, cool. Well, I see that Antoinette Bannister's in here too, and she came. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
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 How are you?
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we sure
Yeah.
can.
Okay, perfect.
Now, where are you, Antoinette?
I'm currently in my hometown in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Great.
so I'm close to Miami.
Great. Well, you've had quite an adventurous road in basketball. I was kind of looking through your bio and tell us a little bit about that background and how you came to this 3-on-3 team.
Okay. Well, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. And basically, I guess I'll tell you how I end up getting, my nationality with Jamaica.
Yeah.
My mom, she's born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. So I actually was able to get, my dual citizenship with them. With you guys. But as far as like college and stuff, I played at 3 different schools. I went to the University of North Carolina. And then I transferred to the University of Florida, and then I finished out at East Carolina University, and I got my bachelor's degree there in 2017. And then actually I played with the Jamaican national team back in 2017.
Okay.
I was with Coach Robinson and actually Coach Brown. We played down in the Virgin Islands tournament. Coach Robinson, I know you can probably attest. I look different. I'm a totally different player. That first time actually being able to, be on that national level with Jamaica, it was very honoring and humbling. Just to be able to play for my mom's country. So this time, I'm just really looking forward to the experience and the opportunity, and do whatever I can to help us win and become part of history.
I'm clicking on who's this right here? Who's this Sonia McKay right here?
That's not up there.
Is that Josiane or Ashley? Oh, it's on mute. I'm not sure. Well, Antoinette.
Yes, sir.
You played professionally as well.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking. What's this? I see you averaged 33 a game your last year in Spain.
In Portugal. My last year in Portugal, I was over in Funchal, Madeira. It's a beautiful island. Like I've been to Portugal twice. I've been to Lisbon first, and then that was a city, and then Funchal, Madeira was the island. It was very beautiful. I was probably playing some of my best basketball. far as, with me getting, like my weight and stuff off. But COVID hit, so I didn't get to finish out that season because of the pandemic. So I ended up coming home. And then just this recent, we started our own women's basketball team here in Jacksonville, a semi-pro team, and we play in the, it's called the Women's American Basketball Association.
Yeah.
And our first year team and first year being in that league, and we actually just won the championship 2 weeks ago. So,
how are you getting those buckets?
You said, how am I getting those buckets?
Yeah. How are they coming?
I can shoot. I can pass. My main thing is really shooting the 3-ball. Yeah. But I can, I'm a pretty easy, I can score pretty well, but I really do like to get the ball to my teammates as well.
Cool. Well, hey, Tracy Ann, what have you been seeing any of this 3-on-3, any of the YouTube clips of some of the other women's teams and had a chance to see that? It's a different game, isn't it?
Yes, it is a very fast-paced game. Mm-hmm. So I have watched several, and I realized it's a very fast-paced game. Mm-hmm. It really takes a lot, so you have to be fully prepared to take on that mandate. Mm-hmm. The players are experienced as well. You can see that, and it looks like a very interesting game to take on.
Yeah. Talk a little bit, if you would, about just sort of the state of women's basketball in Jamaica and what we can do to kind of lift it up. And I mean, you guys they've been playing 5-on-5 basketball for a long time there, but you guys are going to kind of be pioneers in this 3-on-3. And I know that FIBA has taken a real emphasis toward it in many ways because smaller countries, it's less expensive to compete and it doesn't take as big of a roster. So talk about, if you would, Tracy Ann, just quickly, the kind of the state of women's basketball in Jamaica right now.
Well, the state of women basketball in Jamaica right now, I would say it has depreciated over the years. Earlier out, we had a very vibrant program, not just in Kingston, but we also had it in the Western area. Mm-hmm. So we had competitions running. The school league was also up and about. But I guess I wouldn't even say it would be as a result of the pandemic because it had started to fade out prior to that. Yeah. So the female program really needs revamping and really needs the attention because we have talented females, persons coming out of the high school, persons who have been a part of the program for years, but they're not really getting the opportunity to showcase their talent and to actually build on their skills. So I think that there needs to be added attention being paid to the basketball for females in Jamaica so that females can get an opportunity as well to excel in the sport. Yeah. Because for me in particular, like I said before, I have been out for a long while. I know other players can say the same thing. So the competition just ended like that. So it is not something that we were looking forward to. It was a dream to really journey into Kingston on weekends for those matches and all of that. And then after a while, it was just finished just like that. So it would be great for the Basketball Association to really think of ways through which they can actually get the program back up and running so that opportunities can be there for females to really get out there, play basketball, have fun, build their skills, and also get the opportunities that come with it, which is whether through scholarships, advanced careers and all of that.
Yeah. Antoinette, you said your mother's Jamaican.
Yes, sir.
So, and you've played for the national team in the past, so this isn't a new experience for you, but I would imagine that your family has to be pretty psyched about the fact that you are putting the Jamaica uniform on.
Yes, sir. Especially my mom, she wasn't an athlete at all. So she didn't do any sports or anything like that. And I honestly can't even, remember if anybody, on her side really did sports, to the extent that I do them. So I know for her, for me to be able to go represent, for her, it means the world to her, so I'm super excited just to be able to put that uniform on again, because I do consider myself a Jamaican. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, Coach Robinson, you've been involved with the basketball program in Jamaica since I think like 1996 or something. And you've played maybe longer. Yeah. You've played you've coached the men, you've coached the women. I guess probably more in the past 5 or 6 years, you've been more involved with the women's program.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about, the ladies that we have here with us today and kind of the prospects for the 3-on-3 team?
Well, I know for definitely Bree can shoot it. And can shoot it. She also said she have lost a lot of weight also. So because what we have seen watching our stuff, she moved a little bit lighter on her feet. So that's good for us. I know Tracy also. Oh, when we saw Tracy's team and we saw her play for the first time, we're like, where does this girl come from? Based on her skills that she had, you only see those things from players who were traveling overseas. Our handles, our shot, or so forth, and but that was due to the hard work of the group from that, because they had several other girls that actually played on the national team, and
this guy's aging you here.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to be that old.
Mm-hmm. So when we saw her, I was like, we definitely said, listen, there's a place for her, and another teammate to also, 2 of them actually, 4 of them from the team. I could tell. I know Dell,
Loretta.
Loretta Garden and so forth, and then the other person, she played for
Netball.
netball also. She's doing
Stacy.
good. Stacey and there. She was pretty good, and we always wanted her to actually take the other level, but she was actually good at netball too also. So she plays with the national team, and that, so she chose that from that. But she's excellent. She's a power forward, and it was great. It was great seeing those girls coming into the program. The program overall for the females, I can talk a little bit about that. I'd basically fall off whenever the NBL fall off. So whatever was happening would normally plan from the NBL also for the female program. Recently we had between me and Coach Brown, we were in Australia. We were in Australia and we were talking about what we saw there and what we could have adapted along with other females who are past players to also would have invested in the program. We had Jennifer George, Shanika Smith, and Vanessa Gidden also, along with Simone and some Edwards and so forth, who were persons who truly love the program and want to see it shine. So we're talking to most of them on how they're gonna give back. Our dedication was we wanted to start it a league at my job where we would have them play on Saturdays because it's kind of indoor and so forth on the weekends at Excelsior High School. So that was in the plan for them in terms of a league for them, a super league for them. So we'll come in and we'll do a draft and then we'll make teams from that and to keep them active, because we definitely see that we needed to do something to keep them active. Apart from that, the association had a Saturday training for the younger ones and so forth at Campion College also. And then we had a program with China also where we had I think 20 players or so forth who would actually 12 or 30 players would actually leave for China for a 3-month period each summer for 3 years, and they have completed that. Out of that, we had several other players now, which the competition is not playing apart from the school league, which was because of the pandemic had stopped. You have several players who actually got scholarships and gone overseas. So that's one of the good things about it. Players are getting scholarships to go overseas, so we can join them for future tournament also. So apart from the not having a league, good things have been happening behind the scene for them.
Cool. Well, we've got Tracy Ann here, we've got Antoinette here, and I thought we had Ashley, so she might not have a good Wi-Fi connection, but we should say that this team is Antoinette Bannister, Josie Ann Johnson, who's currently in Paris, I believe, Tracy Ann, of course, and Ashley Gordon. So that is your first ever women's Jamaica 3-on-3 national team going to Miami a week from today to compete. And God, I can't remember off the top of my head. Ladies, do you know who you guys have that in that first pool play?
I had the schedule up. I can tell you. I really forgot because I've been looking at it.
Right. For Coach Brown is actually on it.
Guatemala first.
Okay.
Yes.
And then it's isn't it 2 games that first day to qualify on?
It's we have to play Guatemala that Friday morning at 9:40 a.m. and then we will play again at 10:40 against Ghana. And then we would play again at 12:30 against Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, cool. So for those that don't know, the way it is, since this is our first competition, we are having to qualify out of a qualifiers bracket to move into the main bracket, and the men and the women are in the same boat there. So if they qualify out of that first pool, then they will move into the main bracket. So, and here's Ashley. How you doing, Ashley? Good evening. You're muted.
Good evening. Hi everyone.
Hi, good evening. What's up?
Are you ready for this thing? Are you ready for 3-on-3?
Well, I think I just have to get my mind right for it, but overall, I think I'm okay.
Well, you got a week to get your mind right. You better start doing it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Have you guys tell me some of the differences in the 3-on-3? I know Coach Robinson can tell me for days the differences, but what have you guys noticed as the difference between the 3-on-3 game and the 5-on-5 game? And any of you are able to jump in here.
Okay, well, one thing I noticed is that it is way much faster, like 3 times faster than the 5-on-5, because as you know, you can get some amount of rest in the 5-on-5, but for the 3-on-3, you have to be moving constantly. I think there's no form of break unless you're on the bench waiting to go back on. But trust me, it's pretty much harder as well, and you always have to be alert, basically. But I think it's something that is fairly new in a sense that we are going to be engaged in. But I think we'll do an okay job as relates to the 3-on-3.
Cool. Ashley, we talked to Antoinette and Tracy Ann a little bit about their background. Tell us a little bit about yours. I know you played at GC Foster for a stretch. Tell me a little bit more about your basketball background.
All right. So I first started playing basketball at my high school, which is Stets. Then I moved on to playing it for GC Foster College. And that's where I met Tracy for the first time. I think it was like 2 to 3 years ago. But most of my time is through college basketball. I played for the national team a couple times, but it was okay. So it's basically from high school to college, and now I'm at the national program.
Gary's got an interesting question for us all. How do you think what's going to be the challenge of not having played together a bunch? Because we're pretty much getting together in Miami. So what kind of challenges is that gonna give us? Antoinette, why don't you address that first?
Well, hi, Ashley. I actually played with Ashley back in 2017 when I got to play with the national team first. But honestly, I think, I don't know, I'm a pretty confident person. So, even though we haven't all had the chance to play together, I feel like, because it's not 5-on-5 and it's more, 3-on-3, I think we'll be able to still come together and still be able to play, more easier than rather it was 5-on-5, because 5-on-5 you may have plays to run and just some different other things. But I think with 3-on-3, I think more so if we just communicate with each other and just play together, I think we would be fine. I don't think it would be too difficult, because I think with 3-on-3 it's almost a little more one-on-one. I've played a ton of 3-on-3 here back home. I've actually played in a few 3-on-3 tournaments, and it is a lot faster. But like I said, I think if we just, communicate well together and just kind of, work off each other's strengths, and, some weaknesses, I think we'll be good.
Cool. I'm excited to meet you guys in a week in Miami, and I appreciate I appreciate you jumping on tonight. I'm going to let you guys go, and we're going to introduce the men's team. But just one more time, let me tell folks that it's Antoinette Bannister, Josie Ann Johnson, Tracy Ann Kelly, and Ashley Gordon as the first ever Jamaica FIBA 3-on-3 team. And we'll see you all in Miami a week from today.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, all of you.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right. Cool. Awesome. Well, that was great to get a chance to meet those guys, and I know they're excited, and we're excited for them, and wishing them the best of luck. And we want to switch gears over here to the men now. And before we do that, I'm going to welcome in Coach Plank, who's sitting backstage. I had to wake him up. A little nudge. Coach, unmute yourself.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good, Coach Turner. How are you, Coach Robinson? Great to see you both.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Wagwan, yes. Yeah. Me a bill.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of announce the guys. I've got two of them waiting backstage, and I've got two of them that I think are here, but it says they're not connected, so I can't put them on. So we'll get that figured out here in a second. But let me just first announce the team. And we're going to start with two guys that we got familiar with in El Salvador back in April. The first one, Kevin Foster, who went to El Salvador with us, was part of our starting five, is a 3-4 man. I'm going to say 6'8". I'm not going to put a weight on him, but he's big enough to guard bigs and small enough to step out and shoot the three. He's a versatile player. He's played professional basketball for a long time, experienced guy and a great leader. So Kevin Foster is one of our players. Second one that we took to El Salvador is a young man by the name of Romain Thomas. Romain is living in Atlanta, went to Clark Atlanta University. He is, I know for a fact that he's talking to various teams overseas trying to find a job, and this might allow him to get some tape to some people. And he's long and athletic, and I was really impressed with him in El Salvador, and excited to have him as part of the first ever 3-on-3 team. The other two guys, it's an interesting story, and we'll get into it here in a second. Both from Toronto, Canada. The first one is Jabs Newby, who came on my radar maybe a year ago or so. The two of us connected, and I knew about his talent and his background, and he injured himself and found himself in rehab and trying to get a job after an injury, and we're super fortunate that he's available to join us on this team. And then finally, Tavon Prince, who also is from Canada. And Tavon has been playing professionally as well. And he can, if we get him on here, can fill you in on some of his background. So let's bring those guys on right now. And I'm just going to start clicking. Here's Jabs. Here's Tavon. There he is.
Greetings.
I had Romain. I don't know. And I don't see Foster He's not on here yet, but
Jabba.
regardless, do I got everybody? I think I do. Cool. So let me start with Romaine Thomas, who, for Jamaica playing experience, you trump these other two guys. Talk about the prospect of being on the first ever Jamaica 3-on-3 team and your excitement in participating in Miami.
Well, just like my first experience of going to El Salvador and playing, I'm very excited to go out there and compete for my country. And, it was just very heartwarming to meet new people, Coach Robinson, and everyone, just get to know a lot of people and stuff like that. So I'm just very excited. That's
good. Tavon, how about you, man? You, I know you've got your family's from Kingston. You spent some time down there over the summer. I know you had a chance to meet Coach Robinson when you were down there.
Yeah.
I know that this is something meaningful for you. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm definitely. My parents are both from Jamaica, both from Kingston, and when I think of Jamaica, my parents are hardworking. I think of Jamaica as a country, as a hardworking country. Very just a lot of strength, but a lot of wisdom. So I'm definitely excited to be able to represent Jamaica, because I feel like Jamaica's like you see countries like Nigeria and all the countries getting a lot of shine, but I feel like we've had the sauce. But now it's time to definitely to put it on Front Street, so to let everyone know what time it is. So it's definitely you have a sense of pride, because yes I'm Canadian born, but my roots is Jamaica. So if it wasn't for Jamaica, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it from my mentality.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Jabs, what about you? How you feeling, man? First of all, how's your health?
Man, I've been doing rehab for a while now. I say my health is really good right now. Been training every single day since the injury, and I'm just excited to play. It's been 10 months since I've been on the court, playing professionally, and like I was saying, I've just been working hard to get back, and I can't wait for next week. Next week it'll be real big.
Yeah. So when we spoke last week, and I was talking a little bit to you about your family, your family's from St. Mary, and I'm sure they're excited about this opportunity for you.
Yeah, because even before the opportunity, I always talk to my family saying, if I ever got the chance to play for a country, and if it was Canada or Jamaica, I would play for Jamaica, because it's not only for me, it's for all my family here and all my family in Jamaica.
Yeah. So we got a question here from Gary Reed. I'm actually very interested in this question. I'm hoping you guys are in basketball shape. Are we ready to go? You see this? When was the last time you played organized basketball?
I'm born.
Man, I'm always in shape.
Yeah, organized basketball. I played throughout the summer. I'm just always in the gym, just running fulls and at least 20 minutes on the treadmill, and then the stairs, and I go to the track sometimes to run a mile or two.
One of the cool things, that this, I wish I could claim credit for it, but Jabs and Tavon, you guys work out together in Toronto.
Yeah, definitely. Me and Jabs, always get into the lab, get some work in, and we've been playing basketball together since the age of like 15. We played AAU, went to same high school for a little bit, so we definitely have a chemistry.
Yeah, Jabs. I was watching I don't know what it was, a YouTube thing that you did with someone a few months ago, and I assume this is the same AAU team you're talking about, Tavon. There's some pretty big hitters on that AAU team.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys played on. Tell us about some of those guys.
Like from our team or the whole organization?
From that, just from your team and some of the guys you played against with that. Because there were some big. Yeah, go ahead, Jabs.
All right. One, we had Melvin Edgem. He played for Team Canada. He plays in Slovenia right now. We had Dylan Ennis, plays in Gran Canaria in Spain. We had who else we had? Maurice Walker. He plays in England. Man, there's so many names. I can't.
Yeah,
even think of
just
them
name
right
from
now.
the organization. We had Kevin Thomas. We had, if you want to go younger, we got Anthony Bennett under the same umbrella because they come up under us. We got Wiggins came up under
Andrew
us.
Wiggins.
Nazir Long came under us. Tyler Ennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The list go. Anyone from Canada, really, they came under the umbrella.
Tavon, talk a little bit about your game personally.
I would say I'm a physical guard. 6'3". I like to play physical. I embrace the contact, and I've always had a knack for scoring. I'm a hard-nosed guard, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm not a fan of losing. Every team I've been a part of, I've been a winner. I enjoy winning. And I learn from my losses though, because I know what comes with the game. So I definitely learn from my losses, but then I'm a winner. That's it. Straight
Romain,
like that.
Romain, you said you have some friends that played on the USA 3-on-3 team. Have you had a chance to talk with them a little bit about the differences in the game, or kind of what are your expectations going in about 3-on-3?
Well, I spoke to Dominique Jones. He currently plays for the USA team 3-on-3. Kadani Buddhist, he's a shooter. Dominique is more of a floor general. So they just told me that they've seen me play before, and I played with them a lot, so they know that that's a part of my game, and they know what I can do basically. So they just told me that it's more physical, more faster. It just like the shots getting them more faster. Everything is just more faster paced than regular 5-on-5. So I'm just excited to go out there.
Yeah, good. So let's talk about the game a little bit itself, right? So from a coaching standpoint, there is no coaching. You guys coach yourselves. It's the four guys. You sub on your own. You kind of work through problems on your own. You strategize on your own. The game is 10 minutes long, stop clock, or first to 21. Threes are worth 2, twos are worth 1, and you don't have to take the ball out of bounds off a rebound. So it's really fast paced, and that's been a theme that's come up a lot. And I know Coach Kyle has looked at our two opponents, and you don't have to get too specific. I'm not asking you to give a scouting report or anything, Coach, but I know that our first two opponents, Uruguay and Haiti, are two teams that we're going to face day one early in the morning. And if we're able to move out of that pool, then we move into a pool with Argentina and Canada. But Coach, kind of talk about the level of competition that we're going to be facing.
Well, the Uruguayan team has players that have played, their professional leagues there, and one who has played at the national level. And the Haitian team is a team that they've played together for a number of years, dating back to 2019 for sure, and maybe before that. So that's a group that is really familiar with each other and have a lot of experience with the FIBA 3-on-3 format. So it's going to be a challenge, but I like our guys. I like the versatility that they bring. We've got two guys that have played together before, and I know one of the challenges that we're going to face is not having a lot of time playing together, but I think that that's certainly going to help. So, it's going to be on these guys to kind of do a little bit of, look at the scouting reports that we're going to put together and kind of consult with us, but especially come game time, they're going to have and make adjustments on their own. So we're fully confident in that and really looking forward to it.
One of our viewers asked the ladies, and I'm going to ask you this question. How you talk about the difficulties, or maybe not the difficulties, but how you think we're going to be able to come together in a week without a quote unquote training camp or having played together before and put our best foot forward?
Yeah, so like with our team, we got 4 pros on our team. So we all been in situations where we got put on the team either mid-season or late in the season. We got to adjust, and it's gonna be the same thing with this. And a good thing about this, like the games are real quick. So even if you had a game plan or something, you don't have enough time to be worrying about that. You just got to focus on the game and try to win.
Yeah. Coach Robinson, you've watched a lot of the 3-on-3. I know because you've sent me links with various games. Talk about a little bit about what your expectations are in Miami.
Well, it is first of all, it's gonna be very physical. You know what to do. Do not expect, as I said before, any call. You understand? It's do or die, right then and there. So yeah, that's a bit 3-on-3 is the most physical form of the basketball. And that you cannot train for 3-on-3 or you normally train on a 5-5. You have to be basically short sprint, which is maybe suicide from off court and so forth, based on my experience playing all of these sports there and coaching my teams back home. So the key thing is that you have to play defense. Have to. If you're not scoring, they're not supposed to be scoring. You understand? So we must be able to discipline ourselves from that and take actually good shot. And once you can do that, you cannot take a minute off, none at all. You have to play right through it. For me.
Hey, I got another guy. Here we go. There he is. Big man.
How y'all doing? I'm sorry I'm late. I got caught up at work. I'm sorry.
It's all good. How you doing, man? Are you ready for this thing?
Man, I've been ready. I told you the last time when we left the World Cup, I said I'm going to get myself ready for the next event that comes up.
So what have you been doing? Tell us.
Well, started running a mile every day because I had to cut weight. Running a mile, fasting, running stadiums, playing every chance I get. Any chance I get in the gym, even if it's at 12 o'clock at midnight. If it's open, I'm there. And most of the time, I actually started out playing because all the gyms was, I can't even show y'all, right over there.
Yeah.
It's right next to my work. And I started doing it every day, trying to get myself back in shape, get myself back ready. And I feel good now. I feel way better than I did last time.
Good. Yeah. Cool. So here's an interesting question. And I'll start with you, Kevin. All right, we can go around if you want. And apart from the cliche of I love Jamaica and I got family back there, what does it mean for you to put the uniform on? And I start with you, Kevin, because I know it's meaningful for you. I've seen it in your eyes. I've been with you when you put it on. So just talk about that for a second. Why is it like that for you?
It's because a lot of people will die to be where we're at. You know what I mean? To be in our shoes, to play for their country and stuff like that. And it's always, for me, besides the NBA, playing in the NBA or whatever, competing in the NBA, my biggest dream besides that was playing for my country. And helping my family that I have there now to let them know that no matter where you are, there's going to be doors opening up for you. And I want to open doors for my family and their family friends in Jamaica too, with sports and everything. So it means it's undescribable how much it means to me, man. I'm just very appreciative, very grateful, very thankful, and just I just want to show not just you guys, but the world what Jamaica basketball is about.
Yeah, Romain, what about you, man?
Well, yeah, just to piggyback off what Kev said, I just feel like it's just bigger than basketball. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of kids that don't have the opportunity that we have. Like, it's just so hard for just everyone. It's just a lot of politics, and we just want to show everyone, the world, like, what Jamaica basketball can be and what it's really about. Like, we got dogs. Like,
yes, we do.
Yeah, we got dogs. Like, so it's not just, when you talk about Jamaica, it's not just the third world country that oh, they just learn how to play basketball. I just want to just be able to put us on the map, just to really just put them we got that fight.
So in the chat, Coach Robinson, the topic of conversation is the state of local basketball. And were there local players good enough, ready to play on this 3-on-3 team?
Well,
Give me your thoughts on that.
well, yes, we definitely have some. We definitely have some talent here. And then we have some issues in terms of the COVID and getting everybody to play and so forth. We have some real talented kids. We have number one player in the country right now is Jerome Thomas. Then you have another guy, Swavian, we had Wilson, which actually had the track record back home also. You have White and several other players who can definitely play. Based on certain things that we most people don't ability to us, we have vaccination issues, we have visa issues, even for this tournament, which we can't control the persons getting there. For me, getting them to play more is the real issue for them to be ready. Talent is there, just to get technically sound and get back into shape and see that thing to be a good, to make a good contribution to the program.
Tavon, what are you expecting a week from now beyond winning? I know you want and expect to win, but kind of what are your expectations for next week?
Just go out and represent. We have a good group of guys. Just go out and represent the country of Jamaica. As I said before, I'm representing my parents, and that's the origin. So definitely, I'm expecting positive things, positive vibes, good energy, good camaraderie. And definitely leaving our mark, because at the end of the day, we just have to play hard, and as Coach Robinson said, defend. Because I watched a couple games myself, and a lot of teams are hoisting up 3-point shots, but the key element is if we defend, we get more possessions.
Yep.
If we get more possessions, we get more points. So just
shot clock.
Yeah, exactly. 12-second shot clock. We defend, get the rebounds, and we capitalize on it. So I'm expecting good energy, positive vibes, and just leaving it all out there collectively as one unit.
Cool. So here's another. You're going to be judged apparently by this question.
I'm a Jordan guy.
LeBron or Jordan? Okay, you say Jordan. Tavon, Romain.
Man, my guy's not in this question, but I gotta go with Jordan.
KD, he's a KD.
All right. What about Jabs?
I got Jordan.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Jabs. Yes.
Yeah. Foster.
Bron.
James. All day.
James, all day, every day.
Tell them all day, Kev.
All day, every day. If LeBron say, "Hey, Kevin, we're gonna go plot under a rock. You trying to come? I'm following him anywhere he goes."
Wow, I can't believe it.
I ain't buying his shoes no more because they hurt my feet. But other than that, I support the guy.
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I just wanted the world to know who the history-making team is for this first ever 3-on-3 competition. I'm gonna let the players go. I'm gonna keep Coach Rowan and Coach Kyle here for just a minute longer, but. Couple of things you guys will be hearing from me tomorrow on some things, but more than anything, I can't wait to see you a week from today. Thanks for jumping on.
Definitely. Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank
you,
folks.
Y'all be safe, man. Great chopping it up with y'all, man. Let's do something great down there, man.
Yeah, link up soon.
All right, y'all. All right.
Yeah. All right, cool. Good to meet those guys, right? That's a good squad. Coach Kyle, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I liked the versatility that those guys bring. Kevin gives us a little bit of size, like you said, to guard bigs, but also he can step out and shoot it. And I really, not that you want to overemphasize the 3-point shot, but when you can double up a score by making a 2-pointer versus a 1, you're doubling the score. And if you've got several guys who can knock that down, then I think you've got a really good chance. So I know we've got some guys that can shoot. And like Coach Robinson said, I think a real key is going to be how well they defend.
Yeah. Coach, what do you think about this group?
Well, good group so far. I've seen Torian play here, and as he said, he's very physical. He was here playing, came on to shoot, and then went to Grandspin where we played pickup. And his dad was there too, and other family members and so forth. And the court wasn't all that up to his standard and so forth, but he did well playing. And as you can say, he's attacking. He's very, very physical. So I know that about him. Yeah. I feel good about other guys. The newbie is hungry and wanted to have something to prove, because based on this, what is going on is he's looking at job basically. So he's putting out his resume out there. So I expect to get his best from him. Kev and Romain, we already know what they can do and so forth. I know that Romain, as I said, Romain is our Jamaican KD and so forth. So that's his player. So he plays like that and so forth. So as I said to him, said to them early on, is that my thing is defense. Defense is the key. Once we can be able to stop people, I don't worry about scoring. Based on what I've seen, I don't worry about that, because you cannot take this thing lightly. As I said, Romain said he knows persons on the USA team, and the USA team did not qualify for the Olympics the other day. You understand? Yeah. It's no joke.
Yeah. So, Coach Kyle, I don't know if I can put you on the spot here, but you've been working behind the scenes and you secured some donations. Can we mention your guy that made his nice donation, or should we not?
The most recent one?
Well,
or both.
Both. Either. I mean, whatever you feel comfortable.
So Ben Hurst, who is a good friend of mine, saw fit to give us a sizable donation, and then a gentleman by the name of Matt Spencer, who is a former teammate of mine at Hope College. We go way back as well, and he just felt like donating as well. So we continue to look out for people who might be interested, and welcome any support that we can get. It doesn't have to be a large or medium-sized donation. Anything will help. And so we'll just give a shout out to those two guys and thank them for their generous support.
Yeah,
well, it's definitely appreciated, guys, for those persons to help the program. As I said, we just came back from El Salvador, and it wouldn't be possible without the donations that we all got. Everybody was comfortable doing that and so forth in the program. So it's a big thank you for everybody who donated towards the program. And
so also look for some more live streams. We kind of fell out of the live stream business for a couple of months there.
Right.
But we're going to be back on it because we want to get the news out there. It's going to be an exciting year in college basketball because our friend Kofi Coburn is going into his junior year with Illinois, a number 1 seed last year. And he dipped his toe into the NBA draft waters, but he should be having a big season this year. And I mean, one of the cool things about Kofi is that he has such a unique name. He's one of those guys that could just have the first name on the back of his jersey, on his very XXX large jersey. And people would know who he is. right?
Kofi is big. He just came back in the summer to speak to the kids and so forth at our camp, Star Search camp and so forth to give back. And he's pretty good. He has his head on his body, working towards his goal and his dream. So we support him at every level of the program. And I know the kids really appreciated him coming to find the time coming to, because he spoke to me and early on and asked me what time and what is this work. He was all the way in the country and he drove up just to come and speak to them about the whole thing and to inspire them to actually get to even the level what he is at right now. Tell them the work it takes to get there and the dedication, how to listen and so forth to the coaches.
Yeah, and I keep an eye on the Charlotte Hornets box scores, and I'm checking to see, Nick Richards is getting in and getting minutes, and it's been a little inconsistent in the early season in terms of the minutes, but he got a little run a couple days ago.
Right.
So, things are looking good for him, and hopefully he can continue to improve and get that second NBA contract. Once you get that second contract, then things are looking good for a long time for you from a financial security standpoint. But
Definitely. It looks good. And I said before, we have persons that are inspiring a lot of youngsters back home, but continue playing the game and so forth. I know in Grand Spain and maybe it's Exeter based on the Saturdays and so forth, we run and do other thing. I know Gary and Willie out in Harborview do normally play with the youngsters there on a Saturday and a Sunday morning, but due to the curfew that was stopped and so forth, or we used to play at George's and things to keep the youngsters involved. And actually Portmore also, there's a young man over there by the name of Okal, who has been organizing 3-on-3. Grand Spain also, we had several tournaments there, 3-on-3 tournaments where it was pretty good and because successful. The Portmore one actually and so forth is really taking up. More and more teams are in, and it was really good. We had some footage. I'll send you some footage to ask the guys. We had one that was what was weekend. We had one in Delacree Park, which is an annual event where they put on and so forth. Coach Lodds bring his AAU group tournament, so they had like 5 or 6 teams there. So that was, trust me, it was a very, 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 very good tournament that Saturday to see the youngsters still coming out and play. We have some height, and we said we have some talent. We just to work together, everybody work together, so that we can make the sport what it used to be and even better than before if we all work together. And that is definitely what I am about, and I've seen where many other persons are going to do the same thing and on the right road going forward for the love of the sport. The sport has, as I said before, due to sponsorship and so forth, are taking a knock, and then another person again who has been helping tremendously. You have met him too, which the hardest working man in basketball. I think I work hard. This man work harder than everybody else in basketball, and this is Calvin Martin.
For sure.
Yeah, with this program, very successful program down in Majesty Gardens. We had the youth program. They had their after school program to also. They don't focus on basketball. They will focus on the entire development of the player. And once you start to do that and so forth, the sky's the limit for the program. And I'm loving what I've seen going on. Martin, the general, as we say, big up yourself and continue to do what you are doing. You understand? You're a father to many who doesn't have any, and a leader to all who knows you and so forth. We love you, but brother, continue to do what you are doing.
Well, I think all of us wish that we could snap our fingers and it would just happen overnight. But the truth of it is it's a process, and you've got to have some continuity and consistency, and it's no more of an excuse for us than it is for anyone else anywhere in the world. But there's no doubt that the COVID thing has set it back. So,
Yeah.
we don't use it as an excuse, but it's a reality that we have to overcome. And the opportunities for kids to play just hasn't been there for 18 months. And in some ways, you guys have had it worse off, certainly than here in the States, because of curfews and some lockdown situations that were necessary, and it holds things back. But Coach Kyle, these things don't happen overnight, do they?
No, with any program, you've got to build from the ground up, and certainly with the fact that Jamaica wasn't on the international scene for several years. It's almost like we're starting over a little bit, but like you said, it's not an excuse. It's just a fact, and you have to overcome those obstacles. And certainly would like to see more development on the island and more opportunities, and that's going to come once the pandemic stuff subsides, and we can kind of get back out there. So, but it's everything's a work in progress, and you just keep building one step at a time.
Yeah, definitely, because we have been getting invites to tournaments and stuff. I know for about a month or 2 months ago, basically, my friend was here. I think I got a call from I got the coach's name at the University of State. They're very interested in we taking our female teams up to the tournament, and we are thinking of basically also at the time to get a local men's team to also. But within that, as I said before, you have visa issues and you have vaccination issues to also, because we can't force anyone to it. We have no control over the what is going to happen at the embassy due to the long delay now, and also based on the persons who are on the reserve now, also to based on the long delay, you have to basically try and go through the government to actually get a date, an emergency date to go through that. So we are trying, we have a list of players and so forth who we are looking at to keep in the program also, and rank where I have in front of me right now also. We're definitely setting up the ranking system. I emailed it to you, Rick, to also for you look at it and so forth. Based on the trial that we have the other day and so forth, we have based on from the point guard position, we have Matthew McGowan leading at the point guard. Then we have O'Shane Daly. At the small forward, at the shooting guard position, we have Jerome Thomas, who is right now at the shooting guard. Then we have Sylvian Henry, Devereaux Preston. Then we have Joel McCanny, and then we have shooting guard team, Garrick Hallin, one of the best shootouts we have in the island right now also. And at the small forward position, we have Anthony White, who's leading that position. Then we have Lashane Wilson. He's the guy, the track and field athlete who is very good. And that's the one that you like, Rick, at the trial. Yeah. He has everything. And he just won the MVP also at the Dela Creek tournament for the 3-on-3 also. So we know with that we had these issues with that. Then we have Antoine McFarlane, right? Antoine had played in Bahamas, in high school and so forth. Just one of those players who got over there. He's there. So that's it. For the power forward, we have Nick Harriel Golden, and then we have Fabian Sutherland. For the center, West Center and Island right now is Nikolai Brown, and then we have Christoph Gale, and then we have Kerrick Davis. This list is not set in stones. As these are the persons who came to the trials and what I remember of the persons playing and so forth. So we want to keep that going and keep it updated so people can know exactly where they are at. So as soon as we get the time to assess and start these groups together and so forth based on the government requirements, how much persons you can have and so forth. So we have to be mindful of those things and doing. But we, as I said, we discuss it and we tell them at the trials that there's future tournaments coming up, and we're definitely looking at them to start doing this. We ain't taking no word of mouth from anybody and so forth. We are dedicating ourselves to them. All we are asking them to do is to trust the process. If there's anything else, that you want to know and so forth, come to us. You have our number and so forth. Email us, text us, call us, whatever it is that you want to do and so forth. Contact us so that we can all be on the same page. Any question that you have and so forth, because the plan is clear. The local, in terms of local program and so forth, and our guidance, because we are no stranger to development. We have been working together, our three of us, for about maybe about 20 odd years with the jump ball program. You understand? So we know we are into development, and 300 kids through the summer. A little bit more for me, because after I finish, I have to go right around the island, basically keeping the camps in Rakabessa, in Ochi, all over to get it going. And which we want to extend also even more to see these players and get them to start playing the game. Based on what I've seen and my research, is that the more equipment we get, especially balls. Okay, if you get a ball and knows to get them, if you get them a ball, you're gonna see the crates go up on the light post again. And we want to go back to those days where every corner you go, just like how they would have played a little scrimmage in the street and so forth. But once you get them the ball, they're gonna want to. And the easiest thing to do is the crate. So those crate challenges where you see people using and damaging themselves, they're gonna be less of them, because most of them are gonna be on the pole and they can do something constructive with their time. And that's how I started basically, and suicide with the crate, doing that.
I'm going to let you guys go. I want you to stay on, though. I want to talk to you after, so stay on here, but I'm going to take you off the screen. I know you're running out of battery, Coach Kyle, but we'll talk. We'll be real quick, but hang tight with me, guys. Want to thank you guys for checking this out. Again, super excited about Antoinette Bannister, Josie Ann Johnson, Tracy Ann Kelly, Ashley Gordon, the first Jamaica female 3-on-3 team competing in Miami on the 13th and 14th. And then the first ever men's team, Tavon Prince, Jabs Newby, Romaine Thomas, and Kevin Foster competing, again, the 13th and 14th of November in Miami against Uruguay and Haiti in pool play. And if they move on, then it's Argentina and Canada. So we'll do more of these. Thanks for sticking around and checking us out. And as Coach Robinson said, we're accessible anytime. Just reach out with questions and stay tuned for our next episode. Appreciate it. We'll talk next time. Thanks.